This is VOA News. I'm David Byrd. Turkey's military said it made gains in northern Syria Saturday, while Kurdish fighters called on the United States for help. We get more from AP correspondent Ben Thomas.
Turkey's military says it's captured the Syrian border town of Ras Al Ain. It represents Turkey's most significant gain to date as its offensive against the Kurds entered a fourth day. Meanwhile, the main Kurdish-led group in northern Syria is calling on its allies to close Syrian airspace to Turkish warplanes. The Syrian Democratic Forces did not directly name the U.S., but the FDS was the main U.S. ally in the fight against the Islamic State group. The SDF says we don't want them to send their soldiers to the front lines and put their lives in danger, but calls closing the airspace something they can do easily and a moral responsibility. The Turkish push comes days after President Trump cleared the way by pulling back U.S. forces from the area. I'm Ben Thomas.
Rescue efforts for people stranded in flooded areas were in full force Sunday after a powerful typhoon dashed heavy rainfall and winds through a widespread area of Japan, including Tokyo. News reports say the storm left at least 4 people dead, 17 missing, and more than 100 injured. Authorities lifted rain and flood warnings for the Kanto region around Tokyo before dawn, but imposed them on areas further north. Millions of people have been warned to leave their homes because of the danger of floods and landslides. Yasushi Kajihara is with the Japan Meteorological Agency. He said it is a level 5 warning, which means people must consider trying to save their own lives. Authorities are keeping a close eye on Fukushima, the home of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. This is VOA News. An indigenous group in Ecuador that led protests for more than a week against a law that ended fuel subsidies said Saturday it has accepted direct talks with President Lenin Moreno. The highland capital of Quito was rocked by a 10th day of clashes over Moreno's austerity plan, with the office of Ecuador's comptroller set on fire and access to roads to Quito's airport blocked. In a televised message, Moreno thanked indigenous leaders for agreeing to talks, but he did not comment on whether he would repeal the law. He also ordered a military-backed curfew in Quito and surrounding valleys starting at 20 hours UTC, blaming violence on extremists whom he said had infiltrated protests. Guatemala's president-elect on Saturday was denied entry to Venezuela, where he was scheduled to meet with opposition leader Juan Guaido. Guaido said that Alejandro Giamete, a conservative who won the Central American country's presidency in August, landed at the Simón Bolívar airport near Caracas, but his entry was impeded. He said the agenda for talks with the Guatemalan president-elect concerned the solutions and problems facing Venezuela. As the world knows, our struggle to recover democracy in Venezuela, our freedom. The agenda of the talks will continue despite this absurd blockade from the regime. Dozens of nations have recognized Guaido, the leader of Venezuela's opposition-controlled National Assembly, as Venezuela's legitimate leader. President Nicolas Maduro, meanwhile, calls Guaido a U.S.-backed puppet seeking to oust him in a coup. Celebrations continue in Kenya after one of its runners made athletics history Saturday. Reuters' Francesca Leina has the story.
Kenyan Eliud Kipchoge made athletics history on Saturday when he became the first person to run a marathon in under 2 hours. The Olympic marathon champion and world record holder completed the Vienna run in 1 hour, 59 minutes and 40 seconds.
I'm the happiest man to run under 2 hours in order to inspire many people.
Kipchoge's remarkable effort will not be recognised by the sport's governing body because it was not an open competition and used in-and-out pacemakers.
That's Francesca Leina of Reuters. And one person was killed and at least 18 were injured when the Hard Rock Hotel in New Orleans collapsed on Saturday. Authorities said it isn't clear what triggered the partial collapse on the higher floors of the hotel. For more, visit our website, voanews.com. I'm David Byrd, VOA News.